If you can swing it, go get Damian Lillard and re-sign Jonathan Kuminga. Do I love it? Not really. I'm operating from the premise of reality, where the Golden State Warriors are right now. Mm-hmm. If Damian Lillard is coming back in March, sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Hey, we got action. Possibly. You want Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard is essentially a free agent.
Yeah.
And he's going to get paid. And so he gets to pick his team, essentially, and if the team wants him, it'll be that simple. Dame Lillard.
Oakland's own. I'll tell you this, Steiny. I didn't want Dame because I was so focused and enamored with the immediate. And I thought, Dr. Darrell thought, the medicals, which I don't have access to, Steiny, coming back at all next year was off the table. But listening to Mark Spears, and I know we got the sound, we'll play it here shortly, I guess there's a shot he could come back all-star game. And if I left the studio yesterday, the Laughing Monk Studios, telling you all if you run it back and keep Kuminga and maybe add Al Horford, I'm okay with that. So why wouldn't I be okay with a shooter, the caliber of Dame Dollar, to a guy that can bring the ball up? We know what he is, and he could be your move at the deadline if you were able to play. So I'm telling you right now, Matt Steinmetz, you asked me, I'm all in, but I got PTSD. And you're going to say from what? From being told no when we thought guys could come here, and then Jimmy Butler, that was one for the chalk it up as the winners. We got somebody to come here. Yeah, it was a trade, and that worked out. But now I'm telling you, Steiny, I'm a little nervous if Dame didn't choose to come back. And you hear athletes always talk about playing in their hometown. He's from the town. Sometimes those can be distractions. But to answer your question and quit being motor mouth, I would like to have Dame Lillard. And he comes back next year, and, man, him and Steph on the perimeter, offensively, whoa.
Offensively,
okay.
Whoa.
Right.
Defensively, yikes. It just seems pretty clear that the Warriors' options are very limited.
And okay, I left that out.
And to my way of thinking, if your options are limited, I texted this to Evan. I said, you know what? If you can swing it, go get Al Horford.
All right.
Go get Damian Lillard and re-sign Jonathan Kuminga.
Let's go.
If you could somehow do that, do I love it? Not really. But again, I'm operating from the premise of reality, where the Golden State Warriors are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if Damian Lillard is coming back in March, sure.
Yeah.
Why not? But I think this is where we find out, or we'll find out, that I don't know why Damian Lillard would want to come here if he's got his choice of 30 teams in the NBA. That's the part that I need to know that he has interest here, and I'm not convinced that he does or that he would. And then we get into the whole situation of, well, why wouldn't Dame Lillard want to come here?
Because it's home. And if that's something that's been on his bucket list, Steiny, playing in front of, fans and a team he grew up rooting for, I mean, that would be a dream come true. And I'm looking at Austin and San Jose early in the chat. He's talking about, Dame against these young NBA guards. That wouldn't work. But the bottom line is Horford, you lose Looney, you re-sign JK, and you get Dame as the gift under the Christmas tree. Let's just say March. That is a better version. And you know what? That's not even running it back. Those are enhancements. Will they work? That I don't know.
Look, the reason that I would be open to those kind of things is because there's not a move there that's a big risk. You sign Al Horford for a year. You sign Damian Lillard for negligible money because he's going to be making what he was set to make anyway.
Yeah.
So you'd have to somehow figure out a way. Well, you wouldn't have to figure out a way. You could just get Damian Lillard to come here. And if he wants to come here, you could get him here.
Why would they want him? If you're the Warriors,
because they need players.
Wow.
They need players.
And he's an all-star.
And I don't know what he's got left. I don't know if he's an all-star anymore. I don't know how how much he's got left. But if the stakes are extremely low, which they would be.
I'm with you. Well, what do you got to lose?
No harm, no foul, as far as I'm concerned. Do I like Horford? I like him a little bit, but I don't like that he's 39. But if you're going to go down this road, then you're open to a move such as this.
And let's just, real quick here, leave Dame out of this. You lose Looney, and we love what he brought, Steiny. And if you were to get Horford, and I was just to throw it at you, are the Warriors a better basketball team just with that swap? What would you say?
One more time, Goo.
Adding Horford, losing Looney, re-signing JK, are the Warriors a better basketball team than they were when they got sent home? I got to put some respect on Tito's name.
Marginally better. Marginally better. That's what I would say. Marginally better. But you also have to factor in how are the big three going to be? Because if the big three, and I'm talking about Butler, Curry, and Draymond Green, if they all drop a notch, well, then you're not going to be better.
But that's your reality. We're going to, with moves or no moves, those are your guys. So I'm being proactive in that, hoping they don't drop a notch.
Well, I mean, now that's where you and I are different.
Yeah.
I would go into next season assuming that they're not going to be better than last year because of their age. And I can't go into the season thinking that this is a team that was a 23-8 team in the regular season. Like, I get if you do 23-8, Goo, that comes out to 50, mid-50 win-wise. I don't think they're a 55-win team.
Yeah.
And because you know what? We got into that. We did that a couple years ago when Draymond got suspended and they won 48. And we had people saying, well, if Draymond doesn't get suspended, they win 52, 54.
Yeah.
All right. Well, last year the Warriors won whatever they ended up winning. I don't know what they're going to win next year, but, you got to take into account that everybody's 1 year older in terms of their most important players.
Now, and again, Steiny, I got in the sack and I thought, man, I want Dame, and I'm going to throw this at you and the listeners. I'm just thinking of the L.A. Lakers. We're not in L.A. doing L.A. radio, but the bottom line is Luka's lost weight. We know what he is as a basketball player. We know what LeBron is. My question to you is, if you were Dame, would you look at the current state of the Laker roster compared to this Warrior roster? Would you think you had a better chance to win in L.A. with LeBron and Luka? If you were Dame, and I know they still got a they can end up with Horford.
I would say yes, only because
for the Lakers.
Yes,
okay,
because they have a superstar that's younger than everybody else. I mean, the question that I mean, why would Damian Lillard, other than coming home?
That's a lot of it. Drake coming home. I'm going home.
Yeah, I don't think that's a big part of it. For most players, I don't think it's a huge
I hope it's not
deal.
A bad thing, because they say, Steiny, I talked to the likes of Gary Payton. I've heard them talk about this, the things that go with it when you're playing in your home city, distractions, So hopefully he'll look at this like this is something I want to do. I want to be alongside Steph. So I'm all in, and it's like you're balling on a budget, Steiny. You've never been there because you got deep pockets, but when you want something and you can't afford it, you take what you can and you appreciate it, but you're always like, it's better than nothing. And if you could get the Dame and he's held,
well, he's not healthy.
Why did I leave here thinking he wasn't playing all next year?
Because he probably isn't.
Wow, man.
He probably isn't. And
but it would
I'll
be
play
minimal, right? The price would be minimal. So what do you got to lose for him to come back if he didn't play it all next year? You got him in the oven.